Good evening, and thank you guys for joining us. I am enjoying Tammy's training series so much. I'm getting so much out of it. I know that you guys are too. And tonight she's going to cover a supplier, a vendor that's like kind of one-stop shop. It's like the must-know supplier. Would that be right? And Tammy, once again, we appreciate you doing this so much. I really think you are offering so much value to all the travel agents out there.
Well, I'm actually enjoying it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much, but I'm happy to do it. It needs to be done, especially for new agents and, well, you know, I mean, agents that maybe have had another niche and they're needing just a little more education in just the areas that they're not familiar with. So it's nice. I love it. I'm glad that I hope it's helping everybody. But tonight is VAX. So if you've not heard of VAX, this is going to be exciting for you, because what it is basically, I call it a one-stop shop. It's a great place that you can go. You can get vacation packages. You can do groups. You can do just hotels, air. It's got an air consolidator in it. You can do all of your activities, your tours, your theme park tickets. Universal Vacations is in there. It's got 62 vendors is what I counted today. It's changed a lot in the last few years. And I have to be honest, I did not like it as much a couple years ago when I first started with it. I didn't think it was well put together. I thought that it was very hard to find sometimes what you needed. Not the case now, guys. It's much easier. So we're going to just go through. I'm going to show you everything that I can think of in VAX that you might need to know. There's tons of education in there that you can do. So we'll just get this ball rolling. And it's going to be a lot of just basically showing tonight is what it's going to be. So there's not very many slides. Let me just grab them. Well, if I can get it to come up, there we go. Lordy. Okay. So it's VAX Vacation Access. VAXVacationAccess.com is actually where you go. It's basically, like I said, it's a one-stop shop for us travel agents. And it is a wonderful little tool. I know we went over all-inclusives, and I went over a lot about Vacation Express, but Vacation Express is for the Caribbean, and they don't have every vendor in the world. So if they don't, the Sandals, for instance, and some of the others, if they don't have a vendor, this is the next place I go to typically, because I can search several vendors here. So what do we need to know about it? So tonight there's 62 suppliers. I counted them today. It's all under this one site. They do vacation packages, tons of different vendors that do whole packages. Hotel, you can do just hotels. They do air, which is they have a published air area and a consolidator in there. I really like their consolidator too. It's very easy to use. They do pre and post cruise travel, hotels, air. You can do all your pre and post cruise stuff right there. There's a whole list, I'll show those to you, of all the hotels that they recommend at the different port areas. Groups. Right now, FunJet has an actual link for their groups within VAX that you can go. So if you set up a group with FunJet, you can go there and manage your group. You can add flights to it. You can do everything right through VAX. I did notice that Universal Vacations is listed there, but they don't have really any information, and I've never used it. So I don't want to give you guys information that I don't know about. I do know that you can do FunJet. But again, they did have Universal on there today as well. So I'm assuming that if it'll let you in and you have a group number for Universal, that you would be able to do the same as you can with FunJet. Specialty travel. They have a wealth of information on weddings, ski, family, honeymoons. I'm trying to think of what else. There's a whole list of them. They didn't have this before a few years ago. When you click on destination weddings, it pulls up everything from education that you guys can do. I mean, I'll show you, there's all kinds of stuff. If you want to go into one of these niches and like really streamline, this is where I would definitely look at this, because there's a ton of stuff in there. So we'll go through that, because I'm very impressed with what they've created recently. And we're going to go over, just navigating the portal in general. There's a lot of stuff in VAX, but it's not difficult. It's really not. It's a matter of you get in there and play with it a little bit. But this is it's a fun little site. When you see how much travel, it's amazing how much travel you can book in a day just on this one site. They have all of their destinations listed, information about those destinations. If you want to know something about St. John, you pull up destinations, go to St. John. It'll tell you every vendor that has supplier, that has hotels and does packages for St. John. Same at Cancun, Punta Cana. I mean, there's just thousands of options. So then they give you information about the destination itself. The suppliers, same thing. Go under the suppliers tab. You want to know what FunJet sells? You go under FunJet. It tells you everything you need to know. It even has the address, the phone number if you need to contact them, everything. It'll have their specials on there that they've got running right now. Every supplier has their own page, basically. We'll go over pricing, how to find it, how to save it, how to quote it, how to send an email, and of course, how to book it. So we'll go over all that. Okay, so it's actually agent exclusive. So your clients can't get in here. It's very agent friendly. I'm not saying that every one of the vendors that are in there, your clients couldn't go directly to that vendor, because they could. FunJet is open to the public. We know that much like Vacation Express, your clients can get there, but they can't put together what we can put together the way we can with VAX. So, but the site itself, they cannot get into. Actually, your agency manager has to give you a login. You can't even set a login up for yourself as an agent with a host agency. And it's loaded with extras. It's got offers and incentives. There's a whole tab. This thing, I forget how many pages it was today. You better be able to narrow down what you need, because there's so many offers and promotions, agent incentives, you name it, they've got it listed. And they give you the detailed information when you click on it. Like I said, the detailed individual supplier information, the destination information with the supplier list. So each destination not only gives you information about that destination, but it tells you exactly which suppliers within VAX you can get, you can book that destination with. Then they've got VAX University, and this has changed. It's changed. They have live webinars you can sign up for. They have on-demand webinars that they keep on there at all times, so you can go and watch them anytime. They actually have a couple certification programs, much like Travel Agent University. You can go on there, and they're vendor specific. They actually have a getting started with VAX, and I really suggest. I did it as soon as I became an agent. VAX was the first training I did. And I suggest that everybody do it. Even though I'm doing this tonight, go do that training. It'll give you just, sometimes you got to hear things 2 or 3 times. There's so many things you can do with VAX that if you just go in there and start looking for hotels and that's all you ever do, you're missing out. You're missing out on so many things that you really have to you have to know that it's there, and you have to know when to use the tools that they provide, because anything you need is there. Specialty travel training, like I said, I'll show you all that. It's awesome. Resources. This list is awesome. It's that's my favorite word tonight, guys. They have your passport information in there. They've got everything that you could ever need to know about TSA in there. They've got your international travel. They've got the CDC. Anything from the CDC, it goes directly to the website. It's got warnings and alerts for areas. All of your entry regulations are in there. So if you need to know if somebody needs a visa for a country, it's in there. They have a currency exchange tab where you can find out, US dollars to Canada, US dollars to pesos, whatever you want. The list is just crazy. I'll show you that. So let's just go there. it's impossible to tell you about VAX. I have to, I really need to show you. There's no way for me to just tell you. So let's just go there. Let me make sure that I'm signed in still. So this is VAX, and I'm already logged in, assuming I'm still logged in. It actually stays up a lot longer. It used to not stay up very long at all, but now it doesn't kick you out quite as quickly. So you'll log in. Just FYI, your agency number is always going to be their phone number. It is not their IATA or their CLIA or any of those things. It is your agency phone number. So typically whatever your corporate number is the number that they use, and that's how VAX tracks them. Very different from other vendors. We automatically want to put IATA numbers and stuff in there. It's not. It is your phone number for your corporate office. So then you'll have your corporate office, your manager, whoever is your admin over VAX, will send you, when you ask for login, they'll create it. They'll create your password. Make sure you save that email. Now, several years ago, once they created it, your password was only good for like 48 hours. And the first thing you had to do was go and change it. Not so much now, but I'll tell you this, I don't like for people to do my password. So what I do suggest is once you do get logged in, you get your login, is just to go up here to member services, right up here in the right hand corner, and you go here and it will personal information and change your password. Just go to change your password. You can also change your email, but put your old password in that your manager selected for you, and change it to something you can remember. Just FYI, because VAX is so different, and you don't want to have to be digging for an email every time to see what your login was. Okay, guys, let's see. So when you log in, this is going to be your screen that you see right here. This is the home screen. And if you're ready, you just come over here and start searching. All right. But it's always got all these specials. Anytime one of their vendors puts out a special, you can go through here and look, and you can look at what they put on here, recently. But right here, if I want to do a reservation, I have all of these different options. So I've got vacation packages, hotels, air, cruise, and groups. Yes, there's a cruise option in here. It's through Sabre, and you need to just make sure that your agency is signed up with Sabre. If you don't have a login for them, then you need to just ask if they're going to partake in that, and it will search all cruises and everything. It's a GDS system, and they are a part of that. Now, when you go under cruises right now, what you're going to get is I'll show you. It pulls up the pre and the post cruise information. So you can go here and you can say, well, I'm going to book a pre and a post, or I'm going to book a pre or a post. I do a lot of pre cruises. Usually my people fly out the day that they come back. Here's that Sabre Cruises. And again, if you click on that, it's going to bring you here. So you have to have your own login for Sabre. Some I'm sure agencies are partaking in that and others aren't maybe. But just ask your manager. And then, so they've got commissionable cruise port hotels. Now, I am going to tell you guys that this list is pretty extensive. And I can tell you, for instance, if I go right here, this is all of the different cruise port cities. Here's the Alaska, Bermuda cruises, and where they go out of, where Caribbean cruises go out of. There's all of those. Hawaiian, Mediterranean, European river cruises. So here's all of your cities, your port cities. So if somebody is sailing out of Fort Lauderdale, for instance, I've done a lot in Fort Lauderdale, and I can tell you that some of these on this list, okay, this is the area, and some of these are not close to the port. They are not what I would in any way consider a quote-unquote cruise hotel. They don't offer any kind of free shuttle service. You want to look into whatever you're booking. Just because it's listed here, guys, does not mean that it's an actual, like, caters to cruise clients, that they have a shuttle, that they have, that they'll take them to, or that they even have a shuttle that people can pay for them to get back and forth, or a park if they're driving where they can leave their car there. You want to check into these hotels. Don't just go booking them because it's listed on VAX. But I mean, they've got all of them. The ones that I typically use are, honestly, there's only a couple on here, but like the Courtyard. But a lot of these, I have looked at them multiple times, and my clients would have to get taxis or whatever. I can put them closer to the port at a cruise hotel that actually caters to cruise clients. So just make sure, again, it's a great list, but it depends on what you want. So if your client's just going to stay the night, then it's great. And they're driving and you can get them parking close, cheap at the port, then it doesn't really matter anyway. But if they're flying in and they need shuttle service, then you want to be more careful. So it's got all of those listed. And we come over here and it's got vacation packages. You're always going to use a lot of these. So you've got, again, all these specials. And you can come here and it tells you vacation package suppliers. This is all of them that will do a package of some sort. In other words, air, hotel, car rental, air and hotel, whatever, more than one service. So this is all of them. And if you guys look, there's a lot of names here. I mean, you've got all the major airlines, basically, American Airline Vacations, Alaska Airline, Southwest, guys. This is the only place, hear me, the only place that you can book Southwest Air. It really, anyway, I mean, Southwest just does not release, they're not with any of the consolidators. They don't come up on Published Air. They don't come up on Google Flights. They don't come up on Expedia. They have a monopoly on their own flights. So if you can get even a one-night hotel stay or a one-day car rental, then you can book through VAX, Southwest Vacations. You just have to have that flight with something, and they actually have really good prices. They're impressive sometimes. Busch Gardens is here, SeaWorld. The Discovery Cove, this is kind of new. They're doing Discovery Cove vacations now, which is amazing. They, where they can swim with the dolphins and all that. It's not an overly cheap little venture for the day, but they're actually packaging it now. So it's going to be very interesting to see, because that is, everybody that's done it, it's an experience of a lifetime. It's not just swimming with the dolphins. It's a whole day. And I've never had anybody that did it say that they regretted 1 minute of it or one dime that they spent doing it. Pleasant Holidays, MGM Resort and Vacations. There's a lot of stuff in here for Vegas. FunJet, Blue Sky Tours is big for Hawaii. There's your Beaches Resort. Look great. Where are we? Sandals. They have sandals in here. Travel Impressions, United Vacations, and then Universal Parks and Resorts. So you've got all of these different ones here. And then you've got Suppliers by destination. I don't come here for that. They'll have featured, they've got featured ones right here. When I need a hotel at a specific location or a package at a specific location, I don't want to spend time saying, you know what, I think FunJet does that, or I think that Travel Impressions does it. So what I do is I just come over here to destination information. And here again is where you can hit view all. If your destination's not listed here, hit view all and a larger list comes up. But let's just say that we need to know who does, let's see, who does Dominican. So if we want to know who does Dominican, here's Belize, Costa Rica, then we just click on it. And if you look over here on the left, here's all of the destinations in Dominican. And here's featured hotels. And look at the list. It's insane. And information about it. Okay. So what you can do is you can look at these hotels and go, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, the reuse right here, the Occidentals here. We've got Memory Splash. That's great for families, by the way, for kids. Hard Rock Punta Cana. Well, who sells Hard Rock? So we're going to just go here. and it's going to give us information about the hotel. And you can build your package right here. You can do, like right here, it's just going to do hotel only because it's going to go direct. It's wanting to go directly through Hard Rock there. So we can look at this particular hotel. You can look at accommodations and all of that. So where is, let's do Cancun. Here we go. For some reason, the Dominicans just got the, like this has got the featured hotels, but for whatever reason, they don't have it populated right now. I know that that's typically on there because I've used it a million times. But here's all of the suppliers that have hotels in Cancun. And so you can go to any of these. You can start at the top and work your way down if you want to just see what everybody's pricing is like. Same thing, you can pick a destination because this is all of the Mexico. It's not just Cancun. Cancun's here, but this is, you can click on any of these cities and it'll do the same thing right here. So you would just go and say, well, you know, I want to check the Southwest, or, you know, they're flying out of Atlanta. I know Southwest flies out of there. So you know, typically I'll do FunJet, Southwest. Sometimes I do Pleasant Holidays. Sometimes I do travel impressions. You just don't know. You really don't know. If you start seeing that United has a lot of good flights, then go check United Vacations out. I mean, do it. It's not going to hurt any. I mean, it takes 30 seconds. I'm going to show you that. So there's your destinations. You can go, you can see what suppliers there. Same thing with suppliers. So let's go to sandals, for instance. If it'll quit being slow. Okay, so right here, for instance, on sandals is a little different. It has all of their different resorts. There's Jamaica, Bahamas, St. Lucia. Look here. Here's your marketing information, your fact sheet for each and every one of them. So you can pull up one of these fact sheets. You can email it. You can print it, whatever you want to do with it. Promotional flyers, okay? So they've got marketing information. They've got every one of their information on every one of their resorts. Here's their contact information. And these suppliers kind of set these up themselves. So, and then right here, look, they've even got your agent incentives. So they'll tell you, you know, if they've got a new agent incentive or what's going on. But right here, if you pull this list, it's going to show you every supplier that does sandals. So this is how they've got theirs set up. So you're going to want to go to one of these suppliers. If for some reason you don't just, your company, the host agency doesn't just sign up with VAX and they've got access immediately to 62 vendors. If I go to sandals and beaches, because obviously they sell their own and they do air and they do all those things, and it pops up, I go to do a quote and it pops up and says that our agency is not doesn't have a login for sandals, then I need to come back here and pick one of these other ones. If I'm with FunJet and Pleasant or FunJet, Southwest, whatever, I need to pick vendors that my company has signed up with, because they sign up with VAX and then they individually sign up with all of these vendors. So it's quite an undertaking. Mark Corporation has about 20 vendors, so it does help cut out a bunch of them. But you still got about, I think last time I did this, there was close to maybe 25 or 30 vendors that you had to sign up with individually. So if they didn't get an account with Southwest, you're not going to be able to book Southwest. This is not a back door to booking, Southwest Vacations. And you think, oh, we don't have an account with them, or we don't have an account with FunJet, so I'll just go to VAX and do it. No, you have to sign up with that vendor. So if you don't have sandals, then you can't book this one, but you can book FunJet. You can book Southwest. Of course, you're going through it. It's kind of like a middleman, but you can get it. All right, having said that. And when you're dealing with middlemen, guys, just remember your commission is going to be a little lower than if you're going directly to the vendor. So all of these suppliers are listed. Again, some of them are hotels, some of them are vacation operators. I mean, you can see that. So then if we go to hotels, same thing. It's going to give us recommended hotels, hotel suppliers showcase, all of these. Then it's going to do it by destination again. So it's going to, I mean, when I said 62 suppliers, that's what's on the screen right here. That could change all the time. Now, air, I'm going to show you that in just a second, but I want to show you the offers and incentives. The offer wizard is insane, and all three of these really are. It's kind of insane. You can go and say, oh, okay, I wonder what's being offered right now. So you can hit the offer wizard, and I like it better because it lets you can select your promotions by destination, by travel dates. You can do it like if you're looking for special promotions for air and that kind of thing. So fill this out. Fill this out. It does it for all three. Just go to the offer wizard. Let it narrow it down for you. Look here, offer type. You can narrow this down. At least do it by destination or something, because I'm going to show you why. Look down here. This thing goes on forever. And then when you get to the bottom, it's 5 pages long. So if there's something going on in Costa Rica and I'm sending somebody to, Punta Cana or the Bahamas, I don't care what's going on in Costa Rica. So just, narrow it down, and so you can see they've got the vendors there. If I want to see specifically what agent incentives are being offered, United, Funja, here's all of the different agents, and it's 4 pages long. So go and find out. We're using offering double points right now. So go and find out what incentives that you've got, cash bonuses and free nights, and they're always doing something. All of these different companies are. So, and then you've got your promotions tab. So go if you want to go and see who's got the best deal for Cancun right now, or Jamaica, whatever. Go and see. Like this one right here is out of Chicago. This is specifically for people in Chicago, Denver, Milwaukee. Go check it out. Put your destination and your leave point. So all that's there. And then this is awesome over here. I want to go across this tab, and then we'll go and we'll book something. And I'll show you air. So here's the specialty travel. So we got weddings, extend the experience, meaning like pre and post, and cruise and that kind of thing. Family travel, honeymoons. Then they've got romantic getaways and ski vacations. I've used ski vacations several times. Destination weddings, let's just click on it. This is what I meant by, if you're thinking about doing destination weddings, I really would consider starting here. They have got resource links. You can scroll down here, and it's telling you how to position yourself as a destination wedding expert. It gives you tips on marketing. It goes through all of this, okay? They've created a timeline that you can share with your clients. All this information is here. And then engagement tools. They've got e-postcards. Look here, flyers. Like I said, they've given you what you need to market yourself. So they really have. They've went into that. But then they come down here, and there's even more stuff. Be confident. Here, right here, putting the power of groups in your hands. Here's a whole webinar on that. And of course, weddings are typically groups. Here's your legal requirements for different locations for weddings, for their marriage license and getting married there. Right here, social media. And then down here are all the different webinars, supplier webinars, VAX webinars. Look, guys, some of these suppliers if they bring 7 or 8 people with them, they give them a free wedding. You need to know that. You need to know based on budget and what they're looking for. Do they want it small? Do they want it large? Who's got the best, the best support? You don't want them to get there and not have anybody. Unless you're planning on traveling with them and holding their hand, which I don't think most of us are. You better make sure that you get relationships with these different vendors, with these different hotels and these wedding coordinators, because they will make or break you in this market. That I know. If you don't have a good relationship with the wedding coordinators on site, they literally, it will come back to haunt you 50 times. And even when you do, sometimes they get so overwhelmed because they have multiple weddings on a weekend or during that period that some clients just get pushed aside. So this is a great place to maybe start doing a little bit of research, doing some training on that. Family travel. A lot of us do family travel or some form of family travel. There's learning all these quick links. And then it tells you, like getting started. I mean, it's got statistics. They've got all kinds of good stuff here. Quick tips. There's the promote yourself. Like here's some more marketing information. And then right here, it tells you that if you go here to the offer incentive page and you put in water park, Disney, anything family oriented, it's going to pull that up for you. So it's got that. And then I love the ski one. Just go through and look at them. Look and see the ski one, like start booking ski. I like that it'll tell you, look here, on ski's a little bit different. This is what I love about it. I've used this a lot. It'll give you recommended hotels. It'll give you a whole list. I'm trying to find it on here real quick for you, but there's a whole list of all the different ski resorts, and they actually they just changed it. I don't know why. They did have all of the suppliers. Oh, right here. Yeah, you can book. If you click here, it'll take you to where you can book ski, but it'll have all the suppliers that do ski, and you can narrow it down in here so that you can find, like Southwest and all this, but you can narrow it down under activities or experience, excuse me. You can narrow all this down. You can click skiing and it will narrow it down for you. So honestly, they did have a whole list of vendors that were in there, and they have just changed that because I looked at it maybe 2 weeks ago. But they did have a whole list, but they do have the hotels. So having said that, the education tabs where that VAX University is, all of those live webinars, quickly, I'll just glad you guys can go and look at this. It's got all the different ones up here. Like here's the live ones. They've got 2 scheduled right now. They're constantly adding more. Go sign up for them. Right here's the SeaWorld parks. Here's the on-demand ones. These are the ones that you can go and see anytime. Look at this. How awesome is that? What did it say it was? 147 results. So there's literally, I mean, this is for Southwest. This one's for luxury and romance, weddings in paradise. Here's jewelry resorts. I happen to know somebody that might want to look at that. I was talking to her yesterday, and she's got an exciting trip to Jamaica, and she may want to know a little bit about that, about those resorts before her client goes, or a little bit more, I should say. So it's got a lot of vendors. It's got a lot of just regular information in it. So go and check this out. I mean, there is anything you can imagine here. It's got all kinds of quick facts, like right here. You can click on this, the quick facts, and it'll give you, like, all the VAX quick facts here. Then it's got the library. And I love this one because that's what I was just saying, like the consolidator. It is actually, when you click on this, it's a PDF. All these are like PDFs. So you can go and read. You don't have to do a webinar on everything. You can go and read. If you can't remember how to do something, how to do the air consolidator, just go here real quick and find it. And then there's not very many right now, but Oasis has it, has the certification, Sandos. And then of course, this is the one. Go to certification. You want to do the get starting with VAX. A lot of the same information is going to be on there, but I'm telling you, the more you hear it, the more you'll use on here. And your resources is what I said is just loaded. Agent, you can upload your own logo to put on all of your quotes and your bookings. The only thing about that is it does have to go through your agency. Your agency can choose to put one logo on everybody's, or to allow their agents to do individual logos. If they allow individual logos, You have to send it to them. You send it to your agency, to your manager. They then in turn send an email to VAX. It gets approved. It usually takes about a week, I think. It gets approved, and bam, your logo gets put on there. So if you're interested in doing that, reach out to your corporate office, your manager, your owner, whatever, and just tell them that, and they can go and do what they need to do to get that email sent for you. They have all of that TSA information. I mean, my Lord, what's not on here? Information on your passports, the TripAdvisor. It's got the TripAdvisor on here, but I'll show you that in a minute with the hotels because it's already on there for each individual hotel. But here's the international. I love this. Look, guys, entry requirements, marriage abroad. It's going to tell you just what I told you a minute ago. What do they need to get married there? Passports. If there's any traveler warnings or alerts. And then they've got the checklist, and it'll take you directly to this. Like, it'll take you to the CDC website. So look at this. And if you can't, I mean, there's nothing worse than digging through 500 sites to find something. I guarantee you most of what you need is right here. So that is basically your top menu. It's where I start. It's pretty much, I'm either going to a supplier or destination, or bam, I'm going straight into a reservation because I know what I need. I do want to look at just air real quick. If you go to air, you have two options with VAX. You can do a published air search, or they do have a consolidator. Understand with the consolidator, you cannot book published air through the consolidator. It will pull up consolidator rates. It'll pull up published air, but you can't book it through there. What it's actually supposed to do, which is what any consolidator really is made for, is to show you their price, and it actually shows you the published price so that you can see what commission you can mark up. If the published price is $500 and the consolidator has it for $400, you've got $100 leeway there that you can add commission. So it'll show you how you can mark it up. Your published air, your domestic, basically, for sure, domestic, is going to be right here. So that's VAX Air only, and you go and you put in your origin, and it pulls everything up, just like any air search. But on the consolidator, that's a completely different situation. So when you go to search this consolidator, let's get it to pull up here. Okay. First of all, it automatically logs me in. But if you've never been in here before, it's going to say log in right here. And it's going to show you as a guest. So you need to go and get a login. Now, if your agency's already signed up with this consolidator, because it is a separate sign up from the regular VAX. It is within VAX, but it is a separate, because it's through Trip Pro. So if your agency is already signed up, when you go and put in the ATA or the, it'll be the ATA number, the CLIA number. When you go and put that in, it'll automatically populate. If it does not populate, you need to read very carefully the instructions, because if it does not populate, you do not have an account, your agency doesn't have an account with them, and that means that your manager, your owner, whoever, your corporate office is going to get an email, as well as you, that says, hey, Tammy signed you up for VAX Consolidator. My suggestion is, it just depends on what kind of agency you're with. But my suggestion is to probably contact your corporate office and see if it's okay. It's probably not an issue with most of them, but you want to make sure. You don't want to be signing your agency up for something. If you want to sign yourself up as an agent, you don't want to ever be signing your agency up unless you're an owner or unless you own the agency. So if you're with a host, just reach out to your office, make sure. So it automatically has me signed in. And what I can do here, I like this. So let's see. Let's do Miami. Where do I want to get a seat? Let's do Miami to Cancun. I have Cancun on the brain because I'm going there next month. No, I'm going in May. It's almost next month. And let's see, the 15th to the 21st. And 2 adults. Okay, you can change the class here just like you can with any air, guys. All right. And I'm going to show you a way to do an advanced search. If you notice, it doesn't say advanced search anywhere here. You can do one way and you can do multi-city. Again, if you're wanting to do stopover in Cancun and you want to go on to LA or whatever you're wanting to do, you can do multi-city here too. But it's going to it's through TripPro, and they've got a good system. No, they don't have Southwest. Nobody does, but they have a lot. And it's automatic. Here's what it's going to do. It's going to pull up this nice little kind of weekly, and it's going to say, well, the cheapest would be, like here's what you asked for. But if you could change your dates a couple days, it's cheaper. So it's going to show us that. Now it's got me rethinking my whole trip. So it's going to show us, it's going to show you where your cheapest rates are too. So you can just go down through here. You can do it here. It's done by price, duration, stops, all of that. Now you can go up here to this fair blue. Maybe. Oh. Not timed out. Come on now. Okay, you can go up here to Fair Blue. This is where notes are good, guys, because you'll never remember this if you don't. Oh, come on. Boy, I'm telling you, there's issues tonight. I'm losing my... let's just do it one more time. It lets you, what it normally does is it lets you do a more advanced search so that you can do, you can narrow more by class, if you want first class, whatever, you can do it by number of stops. You can do it, I'm trying to think, there's all kinds of different ways that you can kind of narrow everything down. So one more time, and I'll show you where you can. Am I having technical difficulties? I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. You can do it by airline, specific airline. Okay. So right here, for instance, say that we actually like that flight. So it's saying it's $466. I can go right here and it'll do a fare breakdown. It'll show me what the net is. It'll show me what the base fare, the taxes, and again what the total is per person. Now this is for 2 people. I put 2 adults in. This is going to show me my per person. Your fare rule. It's going to show you if it's non-refundable, which this ticket is. It's going to show me all my rules. You want to know these. You want to know if you can change things. And how much the fees are going to be. So all of that's right there. Price details again. And then your itinerary details. So it would tell you if there's more than one stop, it's going to tell you everything that you need to know, not just how long the flight is. So if we select this one, I can go in here and I can put in all my clients' information. And I can say, okay, this is the type of flight that they're looking for. I know this is what they're going to want. So I can go and I can hold it. It will let me hold it until VAX lets you hold it until like midnight. So you can hold it without ticketing it. Please remember that if you put a hold on it, as opposed right here, here's the hold, here's the credit. If you do credit card, you're paying for it. If you do hold, you're not. If you put a hold on it, then you've got right here, guaranteed until midnight without payment. They will, and that midnight, that time is based on your city of origin. So our midnight here or midnight, if your client's in LA, their time is obviously different than ours. So it's based on where they're flying out of. And if you put a hold on it, please remember that you need to get back by midnight and you need to ticket this thing. It has to be ticketed. You're going to lose it. And you definitely don't want to think that you've got a ticket and you don't. So what I tell everybody on any flights, especially on any consolidator, when they give you, number one, you want to make sure that you have a ticket number, not just a reservation number that's 9NSP, whatever, Delta's number. I go immediately and I put that confirmation number in Delta, American, whatever. If it doesn't pop me up a reservation with a ticket number, then I'm going to find out why, because something is going awry. If everything goes through properly, you should be able to take your confirmation number, go directly to the airline, just like you would if you booked it through Expedia, and be able to pull up that ticket. Now, every consolidator is different. Typically, they'll have a ticket number. You want to look for a ticket number, not just a confirmation number. There have been a lot of problems in the past. I've heard of a ton of agents that refuse to even sell air anymore because of that issue. They had a confirmation number, everything looked good, and then their clients got to the airport and they were told they didn't have a ticket number, that they weren't ticketed, that they weren't paid, it wasn't paid for, and they're showing proof that it was taken out of their account. You're going through a third party here, guys. You have to make sure that you cover your bases. Keep that in the back of your head. Look for a ticket number and a confirmation number, not just a confirmation number. And you want to make sure that you always go back and ticket whatever you have saved. So this is driving me insane that I can't get that fare blue to. And until I what am I doing? Until I do, it's going to drive me. Let's see if it'll do it now. Nope. Okay. So anyway, normally you can go through and do like an advanced search on it. So that's that. Now, VAX Air only is just like any other thing, I can also go here and pull up the Miami to Cancun. If it is a published fare over here, then it's going to show you on the pricing. I didn't show you that. I'm sorry. On the pricing, it's going to show you the published rate and the consolidator rate, so you can see how much you can mark it up. And you can set your commission at whatever you want to on those. You can add $25 to it. You can do whatever you want to. So make sure that you look at that and that you have an idea of where that's at. And then they've got set your own commission on domestic fares here too. A lot of agents, if they do air, you guys know we don't make anything. We don't make anything at all. So they will add, a service fee or a commission on there. Just make sure your clients know. You don't want to add $25 and them say, well, I can get it on Expedia. Don't go through all that. Either tell them that you'll be happy to do to find what the lowest price is, but they can go book it themselves for the exact same price, or tell them I'll book it for you. But I have, for my time and everything, I have a $25 service fee because I make nothing on air. And a lot of them they're willing to do it. I mean, the value that we put out there keeps them from having to worry with this, and they can go about their life while we're booking all their travel for them. So those are the type of clients that I love and that we try to get. So don't be shy about it. I do a lot of legwork for people. I say, you can go and hunt all you want to, but this is the lowest. I did all the legwork for you. Now go to Southwest and book it. And they're happy as they can be. I can tell you that. I've done a lot more of that lately than I used to. So let's go over here. Let's look at vacation packages real quick. This is probably the biggest one that most people are going to be doing. Let's see who we want to do. Let's do Southwest. And then you can pick here, or we could have done FunJet too. Do I want flight and hotel, flight, hotel, car? You know, the more you can do, you can even do with Southwest, you can do activities, but there we go. But it's not going to give you the air. Do you see that? It changed it to destination. They'll sell them to you, but they won't give you any air with them. So you've got to have a car or something. So we'll just do this one because the more means like excursions or transfer, something like that. So let's do MCO. Let's do Orlando. Let's go to Jamaica. Let's go to Montego Bay. 1 room, 2 adults. When do we want to go? Let's go May. We pick the same. Let's do 6 nights. Okay. Advanced search. Here you can go and again narrow it down if you know specifically what hotel you want, if you know that you only want one stop, that you want direct flights or non-stop flights. You can do all of those things. If you want ski, I showed you that under activities or under experience. You can say, I want ski, I want all-inclusive. You can do any of that. You can also do it, and you can select multiple destinations since we're doing air with it. You can also do the exact same thing. I'm going to show you where you can do it after you do this. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, this is not something, this is not the case because I just booked it the other day. So I'm not sure why it's saying that. I just booked one of these the other day. So Southwest, but that is the warning that you would get if you're not with a specific supplier. So it's showing me, if you look down through here, search itinerary summary, it's always going to give you selected flights, and it's always going to give you the cheapest hotel available. Okay, always. So if I look at this and I say 10:30, it gets me there at 11:30. That's great. Okay, that's great. 12:30 to 3:30. Let's see if they've got anything later. So all I do is click on return flights, and I can go down through here. Now here's what it's going to do. Look, this is a nonstop. Of course it picked that. It's a better deal. But this is going to say, this has a stop, doesn't get, you know, it leaves at 11, leaves sooner, gets home later, and it's $20 more. Look here, plus 20. So I'm like, no, I'll keep this one. I'm going to select that one. Had I liked one of those other ones better, I could have picked it. So it's going to put that up there so you can change either one of those. And the hotels are you. And it's going to tell me exactly what the features are. I get 2 check bags because it's Southwest. I love that. And then they've got their rewards, of course. And then they've got transportation. They've already added this for me. Say I don't want this, I would just go and remove it. Okay. Some tour operators automatically add insurance. Remove it if you don't want it. If they add universal, if they add automatically add a 5-day ticket for the theme parks, and you only want a 2-day because you're wanting to go to Disney or something, or go to SeaWorld or whatever, then change it. You can change any of that. And you can do that by simply clicking on features. When I click on features, it is literally going to pull up everything that they've got for that area. Guys, they've got everything from water act. Look here, dolphin encounter. I can get commission on any of this. The Dunn's Falls, sell it. I guarantee you some of this stuff they're going to do when they get there anyway. Put it in their brain, put it in the quote, and say, I took the liberty to show you a few things that you can't go to Jamaica without doing the falls. You know, I know that Susie said that she wanted to do dolphins and she's never got to do them. So I just wanted to let you know how much it is. And if you've got a company that can do this cheaper, by all means, don't put it on there. Give them a separate quote for these things. But if this is in the same realm, go ahead and do it. One-stop shop, like I said. Here's the travel protection you can add. I never do. I told you I do other vendors for insurance. And then sightseeing tours. And then you got your transportation. A lot of times I have clients that when I look on here, I can get them private, not necessarily with this one, but I can get them private transfers for $5 or $10 more than what it is for shared transfers. If that's the case, and I know that they're going to, I know that that's the type of thing that they would love, then I just go ahead and do it. That's what I'm going to give them. But you've got all of these different options. So you just click on there and see what you want. Now, hotels. I don't want to go to the REU. I know where I want to go. Let's see if they've got, here's the Moon Palace. Let's see if they've got Sandals. There's a couple ways we can do this. Right now they've got the preferred, but it's always going to be your lowest price. You can do it any way you want. Do it by name, do it however you want. Right here is where I was telling you, instead of doing advanced search, when you click on that, they've got refinement tools. So you can just click on that. I can do, okay, I only want all-inclusive. I want it to have a spa. And then, they've got the amenities. Of course, we want a pool and all that, but common sense tells me that, that's good. If I want adults only, look here, guys. So let's do adults only. And I can just put my hotel name in here. Look at all the brands. Or I can go here, I can say I want nothing but Disney. I want whatever. But in this case, I'm going to do Sandals. And I'm going to hit search. Instead of sitting there and scrolling through all those hotels, because I don't care what they've got. I know where I want to go. Now, I can sit there and scroll through, just like we did with Vacation Express, and see what the best deal is, what the best bang for their buck is, all that good stuff. Exactly like we did on Vacation Express. If you didn't see that training, go watch it. Same concept. So let's see. Well, it doesn't look like, looks like Sandals is sold out, guys. Yep. It's that time of year. Everybody's getting married. Okay, so let's do couples. Let's see. Yeah, let's do couples. Okay, we'll do couples. I like that. So we've got couples. If I go right, like this is automatically going to have the lowest room they have, okay? But it's telling me that it's $441 more than the REU was, what the lowest one they had was. So here's my TripAdvisor. I can click on that. It'll pull up all reviews. I can click on this. It will extend it. And it will give me all of the different suites. I can click and it'll pull up for me what that suite is. All the information. There's the accommodations, the photos. And you can go through here. Includes round trip transfers. So we don't have to, it's automatically, when I pick this, it's automatically going to take those other transfers off of there because the hotel offers them free. Look here, guys, complimentary wedding. So that's what I was talking about. So I can go down here and I can decide what type of room. It has all the current promotions right here. Everything, anything and everything that you can want. Go and play with it. So if we can do view all promotions. When you see this little green, that means that it's got additional promotions or value added to it. This, let me see if there's another example of it. And if I click this, it'll just put it back. Let me go and all of them are blue. They're all contracted, but sometimes you'll see different colors here and they're for different things. There's a red, there's green, there's brown, there's different things. This is, if you just hover, it'll tell you this is a contracted hotels. They've got special negotiated rates. Sometimes you'll see that they've got special agent incentives, and you might see more than one block here. Just hover over it. With price, if you hover, it will give you the per person cost for that particular room. This is for this package, that's per person. And here's your included values. That's where it's going to pull up again what it includes that's special for that particular one. So we're going to select it. I'm going to show you guys real quick how to do a quote. So we've got, and at any time I can go to the search and change it. And this is where I said that we can narrow everything down or change whatever we want to. But you can do all of that. Our feet, look here, it took the transfers. It's telling us now they're included. So I picked a hotel that has included transfers. So here are my options, okay? It's going to give me my price. I can go right here and I can look at commission. Right here, say we change this and we decide we want to see what the next week is, or what is it in June, or we really wanted sandals. So, you know, we want to see when sandals has got something. So let me tell you what will happen is, as long as I go to this search and I continue to search, I can search for different locations. I can search anywhere, anything, any dates. What it'll do is it'll save every one of those recent searches. Unless I go back and I start a completely new reservation, and then it tells it, okay, this is a new client. That's what the brain in VAX says. But it will save all of them. So what you can do, see where it says save all? If I had 6 here, I could save all of those itineraries. I could say, okay, I need it for this week. I'm going to check it for 2 weeks from now. I'm going to check it for July, and I'm going to give them the option of which weeks that they want or which month they want. So it'll save all of them. I can check it from Orlando, check it from Tampa, check it from Jacksonville. It'll save all those. But let's just say that we like what we've got. And we just want to email this one. Okay. Again, I can pull up at any time. I can just go over here. I can hit save, or I can click here and it'll pull a different itinerary up that's in that list. If I want to go back and look at it, I want to change the hotel on it. You can do anything through here. So you hit email, and you know my rule was that you're automatically with VAX going to get a copy of this email. It's automatic. It's CC'd to you whether you want it to be or not. I don't send anything to my clients anyway. So because what I'm going to do, just to be honest, is I'm going to take the Southwest Vacations off of here. I'm going to email this to myself, and they're not going to have any idea what vendor this is coming from. Do you think that I'm going to let them go online and book this underneath me when I've spent all this time? No. So I'm going to put in the email information. I'm going to email it to myself. You can email it to your client if you want. You can change all of this. This is just, thank you. This is automatically populated, but I can go right here and I can take it out. And I can type anything I want up to 2,000 characters. And then it does not send anything with commissions on it, guys. Don't worry about that. So you want to make sure, okay, here's my flights. Here's what it includes. Here's my all-inclusive amenities. And if I had tours that I added, those would all be there. And then again here, thank you, no. Do all that. And then I can click preview. It's probably not going to let me preview it because I don't have an email address in there. That's exactly what it's doing. I should have put an email address. You can hit preview. It'll let you look at it. Now, that's all great and all. What I do is I send it to myself. I take off anything. If this is SpunJet, they can go directly there. If it's not a vendor that they can't get to, that they can't go and book with, it goes. It just does. I will copy and paste all this information and make my own itinerary. But you have everything you need here, down to, what's included. Here's the complimentary honeymoon package. Now, guys, this won't apply to them if they're not on their honeymoon and, they're in their 50s and they're just going for their yearly vacation. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste that out of there. I'll put together my own so that it's not a big bulky quote. So that's that. You can also add like a ton of recipients. Like you can send this to a whole group of people. You just keep adding email addresses and then do it that way. If you want to save an itinerary, you go right here. You can save all of them in the list. You can save just one at a time. So let's save this. This is what pops up. So I'm going to name this. I'll name this Couples Montego Bay, and then I'm going to say that it is 5. If I was checking different airlines and different companies, I would say Southwest Vacations. Okay. Another one I have might be FunJet. Another one I have might be Travel Impressions. So I want to know, I mean, this list could get long. Trust me. Then you're going to save it. And it tells me it was saved. Now, how do I get that? So I go through all of this, and tomorrow I come back, later today I come back, whatever. And, or I get booted out. I go and have lunch and I get booted out of here. So I want to go up here and I want to do retrieve reservations, or you can do it right here. You can do it from the home screen. It's on there. You're going to see retrieve reservations all over the place. Have a reservation number or last name. There's the saved itinerary. And right here, same thing, saved itinerary. So I hit go. I can delete it too, but we're just going to hit go. It holds them for 14 days. Forever. It's going to hold them for 14 days. And then it's going to pull it right back up. Now, it'll tell you, say I come back tomorrow or the next day, and this flights went up or this packages went up. It's going to tell me that there's been changes. And I can say, oh, the flight, and I had this happen just last week. I did a sandals on here, and oh, Lord. Those flights changed literally about every 5 minutes, I think. And so this one's got me here, and I can say, oh, these flights. So this one, so well, these have sure went up. So instead of maybe I had the beachfront, maybe we're going to go with an atrium suite. I don't know. So you pick what you want. You can change it. This itinerary originally had this. I can change that. I can go up here and find new flights. If I think that, well, it's not worth it, the flights are what's causing it to go up, I can go and change those. And I can always go to search. See, it's still got my saved itinerary right here. As long as I don't go to new reservation. If I go right here to new reservation, or I go right here and I start booking something different, I'm going to lose all these. So there could, I mean, I've had 10 itineraries here, and you will lose them if you don't save them. If it's something you want and it's not junk, save it. It takes 2 seconds. So same thing here. All right, guys. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I know this looks like it can be a lot, but it's really not. It's really nothing. Here's if they had first class and all that, it would be there. If you wanted a certain number of stops or nonstop, you can pick that. All of that's there. You can also go to hotel. I'm wondering if sometimes whenever you they're booked. So but I can tell you that sandals does pop up. Like I said, I just sold it last week. So it's the time of year is what's going on with that. But I could say whatever you want. If you want secrets, if you want dreams and you're going to Cancun or whatever, or going to where, anywhere that they have a resort, then you can put that in there. Be careful about narrowing it too much. I thought maybe there for a hot second that's what was causing it, but I know that sandals obviously is adult only and it shouldn't have, but you just never know these systems. What else? You can bump you can set your own commission on some things. Some vendors have a max that they'll let you, and others, it won't let you actually mark it up any. So look at that. If you're wanting to bump up your commission, then typically you can do it. Not always, though. Not always. But you can go by vendor to vendor. You will learn if you do this in Southwest, for instance, and then I go to FunJet and say I pulled up sandals and it was a $5,000 trip. And then I said, okay, well, let's see what FunJet has, because obviously they don't have Southwest flights. Southwest only uses Southwest flights. So I'll go to FunJet, Travel Impressions, one of those. Well, Travel Impressions doesn't do sandals anymore, but Pleasant Holidays, one of those. So I'll go to FunJet. It's going to pull up Delta and United and all these different ones, American. And they sometimes they're more, sometimes they're less. But what I can tell you is the commission is never going to be the same. You would think, oh, okay, well, it's sandals. No. Sandals sends them the commission. FunJet, Southwest, whatever. Reuse sends them the commission. So any of the hotels, they're going to get their commission and they're going to give you your part. They have to stay in business, so they take a portion. So I did, FunJet can be $150 less than Southwest pays. You'll learn it. The more you do it, the more. But go and check a couple of vendors, because number one, you might find a cheaper package for the exact same hotel often, and you might also find that the commission's drastically different. It really depends on the vendor. It just depends on the supplier. So that's that. And I'm trying to think. Oh, I know one more thing I want to show you, and then I'm done. I just want to show you this groups thing here real quick. You have to contact FunJet. Don't get me wrong. And it says that the contracted groups you can do it through them, but you either have to email them, do a request for them, call them. You have to set the group up. But look at everything that you can do here. You can keep track of it. You can manage it. You can move money. Say that they've all been paying, and you can move it from one individual booking in the group to another. All of that stuff is in here. You can basically manage your group from VAX. You have to have the group ID. Right here's where I told you I noticed Transglobal, but Universal's on here. Now it says nothing. Okay, this is what you can do. Down here it says, where was it? There was somewhere that I saw that was supposed to be only FunJet. I know I saw that today. And here's a webinar on it, guys. But here's everything that you can do. So Universal, if you have a group code for them, you can do the same here. You can add stuff to it. It's a great little tool. Great little tool. And then under education, under VAX University, I saw all kinds of stuff for groups. Like I said, weddings, all that stuff. Go and check it out. I really like the Air Consolidator. If your company is signed up with them, then go and play with it and see if you. I think their rates are good. I've not had any issues with them whatsoever. I found really good rates in there several times. So here's a webinar right here. So that's that. And I'm just trying to think real quick if there's anything else that I need to show you guys on that. Oh, in the emails, whenever you do an email, please do not put, where you can erase that info, and type you a little email out. Please do not put anything in a quote email that has anything to do with their credit card or personal information. If you put, say you're typing, did you want me to use credit card number no for this, for this itinerary that below, you can't do that. They have a system that will catch it, and your client will not get it. And you'll think you sent an email with a quote or an itinerary to your client, and they didn't get it. Don't put anything in VAX in an email that is sent from VAX with credit card information in it. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else, because there's a lot. Oh, car rentals. Again, same thing here. Reserve. Let's go to packages. It'll pull up. It'll let you. It'll actually pull up right here, like you could do car. But it's basically like any car rental thing. It'll have a section where This one just had hotel and flights and features. It'll have all of those plus a car rental, and it'll show you which is the lowest, and it'll have every class. So you can just click on what you want, and you can get information about each individual cut. It'll have budget, Avis, Hertz, all of those, and it'll give you their rules and their policies. It'll give you the information, all of that stuff. It'll let you do a car rental for just part of the time. It'll let you can also change your hotel, where I showed you that you can do the modification with the hotels under advanced search. Maybe you're flying in on a Monday and you're not leaving until the following Monday, but you only need a hotel for 2 nights because you're staying with your family or something, or you guys are doing something else. You can narrow that down. You can do it right there from the screen I was just on. Same thing with car rentals. You can do pick up in one location, drop off in another. And that's pretty much it. That's the gist of VAX. You guys can see that it literally has just a little bit of everything. I love all the vendors being here. I love that you can see your incentives. You can get a good idea of who's going to have really good rates just for that month or whatever, by just looking right here under the incentives and the promos. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, guys. Well, let me see if I can get this thing pulled back up again. I might or might not be able to. I'm not promising anything tonight. Brain's not working. All right. So having said that, I do this every week. If you guys have any questions, be thinking about them. And we'll do, I'll be happy to answer anything. Every week, nobody has a lot of questions, and then as soon as I get off this thing, my phone, my email, everything starts exploding. It's pretty funny. Okay, so every week I say this. If for any reason that, I do this for our company, but I also do it because I know there's a lot of people out here that need it. I know there's agents and other companies that aren't getting any kind of training whatsoever. So, and there's a lot of people coming into our industry. So if you've stumbled upon this, or somebody invited you here and you know somebody in our company, this does not apply to you, okay? But if you have ever thought about being an agent, you're an agent now with another host agency and you're not happy, like I said, I've been with 3, so I get it. We just have a great culture, great family here. It's amazing. So if you're wanting a switch, or you're wanting to find out what it takes to be a travel agent, please reach out to us. If you know somebody from our company, reach out to them, obviously. We've just got the certification program that is unbelievable. And it comes with your hosting fees. It is over 16 hours with testing and everything. It is a industry recognized certification program. I know people that legitimately have paid thousands and thousands of dollars for less. I've paid a lot of money for less. Ongoing training and support, you don't just get that. We don't just dump you after you do your 16 hours. Obviously, we do things like this, and our corporate office, our owners are just fabulous. They're always wanting to know what we need and when we need it, which leads me to technology, and they listen. So what we've got coming is going to be phenomenal. What we have now is already great. So, and what they're working on, I just can't even wait to get my hands on. And the hosting fees, again, I say it every week. I feel like a broken record, but it really is crazy. I don't know what they were thinking or how they can do it with everything that they give us, but the cost is just crazy. It's crazy. So if you don't know anybody, you can contact me. This is my email, and this is my website. If you go to my website, you just put in your email address and your name, and I'll get an email that you register. But email me. Just email me directly too. And a lot of people find me on Facebook. That you're welcome to do that as well. But again, if you know somebody from our company, reach out to them, not me. They'll get you the same place that I'm going to get you. And we're all just such a family here that I guarantee you'll be brought right into the mix. We help each other crazy. And if you just wandered up on it because you're just wanting to know what travel agents do, because we're pretty busy people. We'd love to have you as a VIP client. If you don't want to be an agent, that's fine. I don't blame you. Let somebody else do your travel for you. That's what we're here for. So if you know somebody in our company, go talk to them. If you know, and this is the truth, if you know an agent, don't call me. You need to call them. If you know an agent that's a friend of yours or whatever, give them a chance. They work so hard. People think that we don't even exist anymore, and we kill ourselves for our clients. I know everybody in our company, we are just adamant about VIP service. We talk about it every day, and we really do what we say we're going to do. It's not this agent is really good and this one's not, and this one does this. We really all try to do treat every client. It doesn't matter what they spend. You spend $100 with me, you're going to get treated the exact same as somebody that spends $1 million. We get the lowest prices. At minimum, we can match anything online, but 90% of the time we can beat it. And you're definitely going to get more value, and you're not going to be a confirmation number on a screen. You're paying for a travel agent. Commissions are added into everything. Get your money's worth. Stop paying Expedia. They're just pocketing it, and then they tell you no every time you call after you've been on hold for 2 hours. So get your money's worth. Why are you paying a cruise line and letting them pocket it? It's already built in there. You don't pay us a dime. Again, you get the VIP service regardless of budget. You get access to our client-only specials if you register with one of us. And right now they're giving away a 3-day, 2-night hotel stay just for registering on our websites. So anybody that has their own website for the company, then ask them why you haven't got your hotel stay if you know somebody. Otherwise, you can contact me again. Just go to my website, put in your information, and they will email you immediately your hotel stay. The only thing you pay is your taxes. That's it. They pay for the stay. Or you can go to my website, or you can email me. So by all means, if you've got a trip that you need done, or you're just wanting somebody to look at it or look at something that you've already been thinking about doing, all of us would be happy to do that. I'm happy to look over itineraries and see if there's anything that I can do for you. All right, guys, Q&A. Any questions tonight? I'll be shocked if there is, because y'all are quiet until I get off of here. All right. Any questions? I can't stay under an hour and a half to save my life. I really thought this one wasn't going to be that bad. If you guys think of anything, let me know. I know that I know of a couple things that are going to be asked, and I'll answer if I can. So just reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer anything that I can, and if I can't, then I'll point you in the right direction, or try to at least. I really would go in and play with VAX. Next time you guys have a quote, just go in there, and I know that you might be using Vacation Express. Yes, they're going to be cheaper, but go in there and do the same quote with FunJet, or go in there and do it with Southwest, and see how much difference it is. It gives you a really good understanding. Or if you go there and you need Puerto Rico, or you need something that they don't have, or sandals, for instance, or they have, there's other hotels that they don't have on Vacation Express. By all means, yes, Carolyn, you can. Here or there, that's fine, honey. Absolutely. If anybody wants to type questions, just right over in the box, the group chat, you can just type your questions right there. Or I can, if it's the same question, Carolyn, that I saw pop up here a little bit ago, I'll message you here in a minute and I'll answer that for you. Or I'll try to. was I say? Anyway, go, and it teaches you a lot. When you check various vendors, you learn a lot. That's how I found out after doing 500 of them that it doesn't matter what I do, Vacation Express is going to be in the Caribbean, every time. So, boy, I look tired tonight. By all means, go and play with this. Next time you have a flight, go check the published air, go check the consolidator. Do those things, but please go look at that education. That education, they've really changed a lot. I did not like VAX for a couple of years. They about drove me crazy the first year I was an agent. I didn't think things were organized well. I still don't like the look, the final look of the itinerary, but it's all there. Everything is there. I can't take that from them. It's not my favorite look, but it's all there. So I have an itinerary software that I use, and mine look very different from that. And so that's what I'm used to. I'm used to these pretty quotes with all these pictures and all this good stuff. So I just don't, VAX just doesn't impress me with that. Hence the reason I copy and paste a lot. So any questions or whatever, reach out to me. And next week, guys, is Disney. And one of my favorite people in the whole world is helping me with it. And she's flipping Disney crazy, and she loves it, and she's good at it. And I love Disney, we're both, but I'm definitely going to have her help me because she's got insights that Disney has a whole world in itself for some reason. There are agents that's all they do. They make many agents that's all they do. So I'm not going to pretend to be one of those. Neither will she, but we're both going to give you tips that we've experienced because there's a lot with Disney. It may end up being a 2-weeker for Disney. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to work on it. So next Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, we'll start on Disney, and hopefully we can get through it. Just depends on how in depth we get. It's a big ball game, like I said. So I will see everybody next week. Have a good week. Have a good weekend.